Okay, guys, I seen the new Transformers One movie, like for earlier screenings, and all I gotta say is that that was the most fun Transformers movie I have ever watched in my entire life.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
The story feels original. It's not the typical MacGuffin plot that you see in nearly every Transformers media. It's just an action adventure film with a little dab of political corruption. The story felt inspirational and dynamic. We got a story that is set on Cybertron, and I'm sorry, I never seen a beautiful city like Iacon. I thought the one in Cyberpunk looked dope as fuck, but this one just blew me away, and the surface on Cybertron looked visually stunning. The soundtrack by Brian Tyler was so good. It gave techno music vibes with a little bit of elements of Transformers Prime. And considering that Brian Tyler worked on Transformers Prime, it wasn't surprising that he'll throw in a little callbacks here and there. I can't say too much on the voice acting because it's just that good, and you can feel the character's raw emotion, and the humor lands perfectly. And I like the designs and aesthetic of the characters, just despite it being plain and simple. I enjoy looking at the metal textures, how it looks smooth and glossy. I like how the optics look for all the Cybertronians. Some of them have hexagons, some of them have circles, and even one of the characters that you may know have multiple eyes as well. I especially like how the light source is projected on some of the characters as well. The characters are well written, bouncing off each other, making unique dynamics and chemistry that keeps you engaging with the film. Orion Pax feels like an inspiration to those who have a mundane life and want to get out their comfort zone to do great things. I like how he wants to pursue his dreams of doing something more despite being told otherwise. He just has that optimism. D16, aka Megatron, was always going to be a character that I like, but you're gonna love him, but also hate him. He's honestly my favorite character. The best way I could describe him is from Syndrome from The Incredibles and Jason Todd before he became Red Hood. You can totally feel for the guy, and without spoiling it, another best way to describe him is that one scene from Juice where Tupac was saying,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Steel, and I don't give a fuck about Raheem either. I don't give a fuck about myself. Look, I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit.
Elita 1 is a total badass. I love the way how she's portrayed in his films. She's strong and a capable fighter like she's always been. I enjoyed her character, especially when she has to go through a whole bunch of BS. She is the definition of a girl boss. And no, I don't mean the type of girl boss where they scream about how incompetent men are and how they're always the problem. I'm talking about girl bosses like Vi from Arcane, Black Widow, Princess Leia, and Mrs. Incredible. Minus the thickness. For Bumblebee, we all know that B-127 was going to be the comic relief of the film. And I won't lie, at first I thought he was going to be one of those annoying mofos who can't help but stop talking. However, he wasn't as annoying as I thought he would be. Now don't get me wrong, he was annoying-ish, but not overbearingly annoying. Plus it's understandable for why he's the way he is in the film. And plus, he does have a couple of funny moments that I couldn't help but laugh. Now, Sentinel Prime. Whew, boy, I can't stand this mofo. Sentinel Prime is... I already knew that going into this film that he's gonna be on some fuck shit. But bro, if you think that Dark of the Moon Sentinel was a piece of shit, this one is just as bad, if not worse. He is a grimy, two-faced bastard. And again, I won't go into too much detail, because I want you to hate him just as much as I hated him. Now, as for the transformation cogs that we pretty much saw in the trailer, all those talks about how it's being treated like a superpower isn't entirely true. If anything, they treat their anatomy like a superpower. Okay, now let's address the very thing that a majority of people had issues with upon watching the first trailer. The comedy in this film is not bad. There's none of the, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he, type jokes. And the humor is spot on. It doesn't ruin moments when it's serious. It wasn't forced at all. It just felt natural. If y'all had any doubts about this film, please put your concerns aside, go in with low expectations, and enjoy the movie. Few other things to mention is that there are multiple references that you'll catch on, and there were so many Transformers in that film that I tried pinpointing which character was present in the film. And also, another fun fact, this film is produced by Lorenzo and Michael Bay. Now all we need is for Lorenzo to shut up about which continuity this lies upon, considering that the director has stated in his Twitter that he planned on making his own continuity. And speaking of which, I hope they do a continuation on this film, because this is honestly one of the most fantastic Transformers movies I have ever watched.
To this day! To this day!
If I had to rate it, I would give it a 9 out of 10. And I may go watch again sometime. That's all I gotta say. If you enjoy it, do all that good stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and that's it. And be sure to watch my other content as well if you're interested as well. And without further ado, stay groovy, y'all.
Louder.
Transform and roll out!